I'd like to welcome everybody to the post-game press conference for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Please silence your cell phones, and a reminder, no video recording. I'm up here with head coach Mike Neighbors and two key players from the season and this wonderful weekend that Arkansas has had, Chelsea Dungee and senior Malica Monk. A little reminder about the format. Coach will make an opening statement, then we will address questions to the student athletes. Please ask your question to the student athlete by her name. When you get the microphone, after you raise your hand, please state your name and media affiliation. That helps us out. And then once the student athletes are dismissed, we will take questions for Coach Neighbors. And with that, let's begin with a statement from Coach, please.
We said yesterday when y'all were asking about what it would take to win 4 games in 4 days, I said we'd have to have tremendous effort by our players. We got that. We'd have to have tremendous job by our athletic trainers. We got that. We had to have our strength and conditioning coach do his thing. We had that. We had a good plan. Jeff's video was as good as it's ever been. And then at the very end of that, I said we have to hope that they don't play very well. And I was honest, and I'm telling you, they just played great. We had no answer. We were making stuff. We were drawing stuff in the dirt, literally trying to figure out. And they're just really, really hard to guard, and especially when they play like they did and shoot it like they did on the perimeter. They got our best effort, but I feel like we got their best effort too.
Questions for the student athletes, please.
Paul Martin, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Malica, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've kind of been with this team for a really long time. This is obviously disappointing, but you didn't come out on top. But how does it feel to finish largely the way this team did?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a disappointment. It's actually a goal achievement. Even though we didn't win, nobody really expected us to even come out this far. So I just feel like, it's a really great experience to be out here competing with the best and able to compete with my teammates and get as far as we did. That's like the best group of girls I ever played, basketball with. And I'm hoping and praying we make it to the tournament so we can continue what we're doing.
I'll follow up with another question to you then. What do you feel about the state of the program going forward?
Can you repeat that?
What do you feel about the state of the program going forward, regardless of whatever happens after this?
We are headed in a great direction. I mean, as long as you got Coach Neighbors on the coaching staff, there's no doubt that, this program is going to excel up.
Question for Chelsea, kind of the same thing. Your situation is a little bit different, obviously, but, bittersweet. Just reflect on the experience.
I'm proud of our team. I'm proud. This senior class, they've led this team from the get-go. I'm so thankful that you guys accepted me, and we've played great. I'm thankful that you guys believed in me. I'm thankful for the coaching staff, and I'm thankful for Coach Neighbors for believing in me. This is a great group of girls to be a part of and a great team.
Tyler Butler here from Sports and Culture. This question is for Chelsea. Your 103 points is an SEC record. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I'm really excited and really happy. I've worked really hard behind closed doors, and just to see goals like that accomplished, I'm thankful for my teammates. They're just as responsible for helping me get to that goal as I am, and I'm just thankful for them.
Do we
I like
have
your website. Your website's good. Y'all need to check it out. It's new. I wasn't following you before this. It's got some good stuff on it.
Yeah.
It does. Sports culture. I'll send it to you.
Do we have any more questions for our student athletes? Ladies, thank you. A wonderful story this weekend and outstanding performances by you and your teammates. Congratulations. Great weekend now. Questions now for Coach Neighbors.
Coach, can you elaborate on what type of matchup problem McCowan kind of caused for you guys today?
You can't prepare for it. I mean, unless we would have gone, if Gafford would have flew down here with us and let us. But I'm telling you, at our place, when we played him, Gafford walked by her, and he looked at her, and I said, you think you could guard her? And he said, maybe not. I mean, I don't think there's a way to guard her if they shoot it the way they shot it. She's so good at using the airtime of a pass to seal your position, and you can't move her. She's going to move you 4 to 6 feet every time she touches you. So she's an impossible matchup for 95% of the college basketball teams out there. We tried everything. Like I said, we were literally drawing stuff up in the dirt to try to stop her. I think we slowed her. She had 4 points maybe in the second half or 6, but that just opened it up for, the shooters to have what they did all the way down to the buzzer.
Mike, Monday, Tuesday, did you see any of this coming? And how does what happened this weekend kind of change the narrative of your program going forward?
We were talking an awful lot about the NIT, and I think now you change that completely to NCAA talk. That's what the SEC is about. That's why you play in this league. If you can do what we did, now we've got 3 wins over top 25 teams. We didn't have that before. Now we do. Last Friday, I actually sat in for Cam Newbauer on the NCAA conference call because he was having to play, and I justifiably so we didn't talk about Arkansas, but I had no problem with that then. I would if that happened again this Monday. I think our resume stacks up as well as a lot of the teams that are being talked about. I've followed it intently for 15 years, and I hadn't even got a folder out yet for this year until now. But when I get home, it'll be one of the first things I do. I think the narrative's got to have changed. We're a 20-win SEC team. We won nine games within our league. We beat teams that are certainly already in the field. So the narrative's going to change a lot. And I hadn't put a tweet out in about 3 months for a reason. I've been saving it. Get ready.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You mentioned how well they shot the basketball today. Coach Schaefer remarked yesterday when they play through Tierra, that opens up things, and obviously if they make it, bonus. But how have you seen them evolve maybe offensively and playing through her more?
They have, but I think you could run about any offense. I really do. She is a piece that you build around, and they have. They went out and got kids that can make shots. They get Hunter from UConn and Danbury from Arkansas, and people like that. They've surrounded her with pieces, and a great point guard like Jasmine Holmes, who, when she gets the stat sheet, she's looking for the A and the TO, not the points and the rebounds. So he's built a tremendous program. I was lucky enough to go down there and spend some time with him about 3 years ago, and when I was at Washington, we talked a lot about offense, and we tried to learn some defense. So they are incredibly good on both ends of the floor. It's why they are as good as they are. 70 points against those guys and only 12 turnovers feels like an attaboy, and you look up and you got beat 31. That's just how good they are. And he's got them completely focused. They were playing down to the buzzer like it was a 2-point game, and that's hard to instill in kids. It's tough to play against, but it's hard. I know that's what they're trying to do with their team, and we'll get to that point someday.
Coach, it's probably kind of been asked already, but can you just reflect on the performance by Chelsea Dungee and breaking the record this week in the tournament?
Yeah, I think her performance is who she's always been in her life. And now that she's here where she's surrounded by a group of people on and off the court, she's had a chance to really become a great teammate and grow up as a teammate. And now her game is getting ready to go to another level too. This is just scratching the surface of what this kid can do. She talked about working behind the scenes. I'll elaborate a little bit on that. She completely changed her off-the-court regime with rest and diet and exercise and focus in the classroom. And as a result, she's able to play at the level. And she's only been like that for about 6 months. Wait till she's been like that for a year and 6 months. And we've got some pieces coming too that will, even though we're graduating a great class, we've got some pieces coming in that will build and start to look a little bit more like the teams at the top of our league. But she is a kid who really, really takes a lot of pride in her team's success. And she wants to win as much as anybody. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference you see in her next year.
And a follow-up, what I asked the players earlier, obviously this is a great bit of exposure for your program. How do you feel about the program going forward?
Excited. We had a 4-year plan that we're going to have to erase, I heard, in talking to some people that were maybe a year ahead. I'm okay with that. jumped a few hurdles quicker than we did. I think it's the number of you kind of judge it by the number of text messages you get after losses. The wins, you're going to get everybody. It's the losses, and I had about 600 of them, so that's a good sign. We're going to do some home visits next week while we're sitting around. We've got every resource we need at the University of Arkansas to do it and get to the top of the league. Mississippi State is a perfect example of that. That 5 or 10 years ago, this was a team that was playing early in the week and going home early in the week, and now they've been here. They've been here 4 or 5 straight years. Is it 5? I don't know how many. 4. There's somebody we can look at, and I think we've got a lot of those boxes checked already, and we'll go to work to checking a few more this summer.
The amount of minutes that your starters played, do you think today was probably a sign of fatigue?
We've never worked on 4 games in 4 days. I think it certainly was a factor. But no, and the big answer is no, because we start taking the load off their legs all the way back into December. I guarantee if we checked our load on our legs, it's about the same as what we've had in a normal week. We gave them extra rest. We didn't take our shoot. But I do think just the mental fatigue. I don't think it was a physical thing. It's that mental grind. I mean, we were all at the hotel yesterday. Those people know us by name at the hotel and the places we've been going to eat. They know us by name. We've been here for a long time. There's a reason the top seeds get a two buys. There is. They make it a challenge for the 10 seeds and the below to have to play 4 or 5 games because we didn't perform as well over the course of the year. It's hard. That's the hard part. The mental side of it, and the up and the down, the quick turnarounds. And that's why the higher seeds should get an advantage. So I don't think our kids were tired. I think, if anything, they may have been a little bit mentally fatigued.
And just to piggyback off the mental fatigue, how proud of you showing how tough they was, especially with the last game? And today, I didn't see any quit out of them as well.
There was none. You're exactly right. That's the gist of those 600 texts are all about people being proud of the fight and the way we did it, all the way down to the buzzer every single day, coming back from a huge deficit yesterday and then bouncing back with a quick turnaround against one of the teams that, I think should be considered for a top seed in the NCAA tournament. So very proud. It takes, everybody in our staff, all the way to people that didn't even make the trip with us to get it to that point. And it's been a year-long process, and we've had our ups and downs and some curves in the road, but where we're at right now and finishing, I think that's what this team will always remember about each other and what we'll be remembered for.
Do we have any final questions for Coach? Thank you very much, Coach Neighbors.
Thank you,
Outstanding
Kara.
weekend.
Okay, thanks.